my magic octopus amulet today.
There's a magic octopus amulet. That's awesome.
It's not actually magic. It's just for cosplay, but it looks like a magic amulet.
Awesome. Well, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for dealing with us while we went ahead and took our quick little break there. I forgot to mention Vermiclean and Zombear, if you're all still out there. Since you all did follow, you do have 1 hero point that you can pass to a hero of your choice. Or to myself, if you want to hand it to the GM and make their lives more difficult. But
you should be limited to 1 per stream, I think.
I don't think so. I'm taking yours away.
Oh! Man.
Let's hope a generous donor gives him that back.
So yeah, if you all just want to put that in chat, I will handle the paperwork part of it and getting it to our players. Oh hey Will, we were just playing your music on the break. I don't know if you heard it. But so our heroes so far have rescued 7 from the dungeons of the Nightstone work camp. They have stolen away on a devious demon train headed for Nethermoor, Una's dastardly capital of this planet. And yeah, they recently encountered a group of horrible adult-sized baby demons with bows and arrows. Babies. Yeah, man babies who fed on fire, and that was a wonderful encounter.
Wait, are you telling me there are man babies who start flame wars in this dimension?
You know, I was about to make that joke, but
this is the worst dimension.
Oh,
mine was going to be a little
sucks.
Worse though, so I'm glad that I didn't.
You know what? I don't think we should save this universe. What do you guys think? Let's go home.
No, it's fine. If we take out Una, the universe will go back to normal, probably.
Yeah.
Never actually seen what happens when you take out a Netherworld's Netherlord, but it's got to be an improvement, right?
The man babies will retreat to their keyboards to argue behind screens instead of attacking trains in broad daylight. Ugh. Man, what a world we live in.
We live in a society, I'll have you know.
Yep, they forced us into it, and then they made it not make sense. It was great. Nobody asked me if I wanted to consent to this. My mom was like, you get to exist now, go pay taxes and die. Anyway, that's enough nihilism for one day.
Wow. Yeah.
Seriously. Woof.
Man, are you sure we're not playing World of Darkness?
I'm
That's
never
tomorrow
not
night.
sure. Alright, so the train manages to speed away from the scene of the demons, and you guys are sort of left to your own devices for the next few hours until the train comes to a stop in the station of Nethermoor, which you see arriving on the horizon very far in the distance ahead of where you guys are riding. And it's this sort of tall, smoking, semi-Victorian industrial town with a number of modern facilities sprinkled throughout. There's a thick, heavy layer of smog and smoke, and you can feel this general malaise that has lingered throughout your entire journey here in the Netherworld. But it seems to be concentrated around this particular area. In the very center of this town, there is a massive black and red, almost stained glass stone style fortress.
I spent some time trying to wash or wipe man baby bits off of me from all my punching. Because I'm sure the wind wasn't always in my favor. So I do what I can to get it off of me.
God, I hope you kept your mouth closed for those punches.
Mostly. It wasn't pleasant.
On the trip over, I'm gonna kind of look over at Seven sheepishly and say, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make it bigger. I guess I should probably figure out what they are before I just attack, right?"
And it helps, but it's okay. I've accidentally empowered big demons before too. It happens to every girl.
Okay.
Yeah, if Adrian taught me anything, it's that you really need to know what you're about to throw yourself into.
Kind of wish we knew that before we jumped into that portal you created, but here we are, and well, we're gonna see this to the end.
You guys.
I know, but we weren't gonna let you do this alone.
I mean, I'm the master mage. It's my job to do this alone.
Even Adrian did things with the Freedom League backing him up, didn't he?
Sometimes, but
Well, I'm trying to be a hero, so that means backing up people like you is my job.
Well,
I love that this isn't like the regular group project where one person has to do it all and everybody else gets credit. There's one person who's trying to do it all and nobody will let them.
just let me be a broody, moody hero already.
No, no martyrs. No, bad.
So the train appears to be rolling into the station. What would what sort of preparations have you guys made prior to arrival to the station, or are you all just going to ditch the train and hope for the best?
I mean,
do we want to get back into the robes? I mean,
Yeah.
did we bring an extra one for 7 so that we can kind of all wander off the train as just magenta guards?
Are we sneaking from here to the palace, or are we just...
well, we're looking for Kaysen, the doctor.
Okay,
Yes.
so I shouldn't pick up one of the train cars and throw it at the palace.
You should not.
Okay, I won't then.
Said,
Because that's the way I was leaning.
I could teleport us to the castle from here, but I'd be really surprised if she didn't have wards to keep us from doing exactly that.
She definitely has those things, whatever they are.
So
Yeah, we should try to see if we can find the contact.
Yeah.
and all we know is that Kaysen is in the Undercity.
Yeah, and I will put that into chat for everybody at home to follow along too. Kaysen the Doctor is who they're looking for.
Seven looking at her arm. I'm like, Kaysen the doctor. Oh, why did I wash my hands after we fought man babies?
Get off the man, baby Icker.
Yeah, presumably we also got the address or whatever we need to find her clinic or
Yes.
whatever.
Yep.
Oh.
He does say that
Him?
it's just
Her?
called Kaysen's. Hers. They do. Kadrim did say that Kaysen runs a clinic. He just called it Kaysen's clinic in the lower city. I as Alex may have neglected to mention.
Ah, perfect.
So everybody is bundling up in magenta guard uniforms and
Yeah.
walking off the train at the appropriate time.
How recognizable is the Master Mage of Earth who's been Master Mage for like 3 weeks?
Not super recognizable, you wouldn't think.
So if I'm just in a big black cloak with my hood pulled down, I'm just gonna blend in with all the other goths in town.
That sounds fair. Oh, hey Raven, what's up?
Inspired by
You never know. It's an emporium in the Netherworld. She might be here. Trigon's hanging out somewhere close by. So the train pulls in. You all get off. A couple other magenta guards come up to. I'll roll a d5.
I will hold the keys out.
Awesome. So when you hold the keys out, the magenta guard will come up to you, take them from you, and sort of nods in your direction and goes around to prepare the train for departure back the other way.
I will nod and continue on.
Awesome. And all of you are free to enter Nethermore.
Cool.
if anybody needs like a god-slaying magic sword, go ahead and pick it up now. We're not coming back.
They have those?
Where would I pick that up?
Godslayer Mart.
Okay. We have time to stop there?
If you hurry.
They got curbside.
Oh, I got a gift card for my bar mitzvah. I'm good. Let's go. Awesome. So you all sort of disperse into the press of people around the streets of Nethermore. You find hundreds of people milling about, going about their business. Every so often you do see magenta guards kind of posted around, keeping an eye on things from these walls, these sentry towers that sort of line the area. There is that general oppressive, claustrophobic sadness that sort of permeates everything around here. And there's steam rising up out of the various manhole covers and all sorts of that general steampunky, horrible, spiky, evil Tim Burtonness that you've come to expect.
Stripes everywhere.
So many stripes. It doesn't take long for you all to sort of get a direction towards the lower city. You're able to, find your way down. It's definitely the hardest up part of the city. The Magenta Guard don't have as much of a presence down here, but you do see random groups of people who you can assume are, malcontents of their own variety. People with, hushed looks, sharp weapons on their side. Sick people sort of coughing in the streets. And you do make your way down to a location with a sign that says Kaysen's Clinic. And you do see there
more
are
healing spells.
you do see there's a line of like 10 to 20 people waiting to get into the clinic.
Do we still look like Magenta Guard?
I will leave that up to you all if you ditch the cloaks at any time between here and there.
I mean,
I feel like
I
ditching
mean,
them
even if
before
I-
we got in here would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
even if I ditch my cloak, I'm still in a black bodysuit with a cape.
Which is appropriate for the area.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. We're dressed like superheroes, or
Yeah.
kind of supervillains in my
I don't
case,
have
in Deathgate's
superheroes
case
here.
probably, but still.
Capes are always fashionable.
Okay.
And you notice that the people here are, they do seem to be pulled from across hundreds of different cultures and societies.
Okay. Cool.
There's no
Then yeah, I ditched the magenta cloak for my cape and bodysuit.
Yeah, there's no real homogenized attire.
Fine, you look Tavaxian.
Yeah, what would you all like to do? You see the people waiting out in front of the clinic. Some of them have injuries that they're tending to. Some of them are just generally sort of coughing and pulling into themselves, racked with fever. Everybody looks dirty and disheveled. Seems like they are eagerly awaiting their turn to enter the clinic.
Do we go around to the back, see if there's a back? Or I don't really want to. These people really need help, and I really don't want to cut in line for as much as we
Yeah.
need help.
President, have you learned any healing magic yet?
I don't think I've picked up the right crystal for that yet. I have an idea, but Earth's crystals are a little bit different than what I'm used to dealing with. So I'm still getting a handle on that.
Do you want to try to power stunt something, Resonant?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can extra effort to sort of power stunt. I don't know if I can remove disease, but
I still vote for throwing the train at the palace, but
Yeah, let me
we'll keep that as a plan B.
okay.
let me power stunt. I think pulling on the power of my fire opal might actually be enough to kind of give them like an inner warmth to kind of like spread out and maybe do some healing. It's the best way I can think to describe that.
I like it.
Okay.
Let me look at your Firestone power. Let's see.
Yeah.
Are you going to get fatigued, or are you going to spend a hero point to overcome the fatigue?
I will actually go fatigued because this seems like something that would not, for her, this is something that she's not used to doing, and I don't feel like spending a hero point would be worthwhile for this. I want her to experience it and experience the fatigue that goes with it.
Yeah, and I will say, so you have a range damage 8 power, that's 16 power points. What you can do, you could go fatigued, and you could create an area burst healing power that would heal everybody in the immediate vicinity. Be healing 8.
Okay.
Centered on
Can
you.
can I make it subtle so that they just they don't notice that it's coming from me, because I don't want to get swarmed.
That's a fair point. I think you can make it subtle for 1 additional point, so that would be healing 7 subtle 1 burst area.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. You need me to roll a d20 plus 7?
Actually, it's a burst area, so I have to roll a dodge check, and they don't want to roll a dodge check. So
They just don't know it's coming because it's subtle.
So for each of them, I'll say there's 12 people in line. I will roll 12 d20s and add 7.
Can I sort of aid with my own magic? I mean, I'm not trying to step in. I'm just trying to like give a boost and push things back together where they come a little loose.
Yeah. How do I want to mechanically reflect that?
Effect
the
check.
kid-
Or
You know what? I'll give a +2 bonus to the heal check
okay.
for everybody. So I'll roll 12 d20s plus 9 instead of 12 d20s plus 7.
The kid with necromantic powers is staying far away.
Oh, good. I got 145. I have to check the individual dice.
25, 29, 24, 27, 25, 25, 15, 19, 29, 12, 11, and 10. 2 of those are criticals.
Yeah.
One is a crit fail.
So, yeah, you and 7 both put out this sort of wave of subtle healing energy. And it seems to have a very massive effect on the entire crowd. Even the person I rolled a 1 for, with the +9, it becomes a 10, so that is still going to be a success. So you do heal something on them. Yeah, I'm going to say with all of those successes, you pretty much go ahead and describe 7 and Resonant what happens as you lay your healing hands upon the crowd.
So Resonant actually, she takes the fire opal off of the back of her glove, which you can see it kind of has that skin contact underneath it, so that it's actually been touching her skin the entire time. And she rolls up she takes off her left glove and she holds the fire opal in her left hand and puts her right hand over it, kind of cupping it. And she just begins kind of focusing on it, and you can hear her like whispering to it, trying to like eke out a healing effect. And there's a pulse of that like fire red energy as she does so, and her hair does turn fire red, but it also has this like white kind of streaking through it. And when the burst goes off, the power seems to like just vanish immediately, and her hair goes back to that same walnut brown that it usually is, and she just almost collapses from the effort that it takes her to pull that energy out of something that normally doesn't provide that to her.
Awesome.
Aw.
7, what's your contribution?
I'm mostly just standing behind her, like a hand on her shoulder, being like, deep breath, focus, see it in your mind's eye. Now reach down and exhale. And
The
and
exhale
I
is when
exhale and pour a little bit of mana into her, which leaves me fatigued.
Awesome.
I don't have a healing spell either.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome. So yeah, that was
Good
beautiful.
work.
Wow, I haven't felt. Oh, can we take a minute?
Well, the crowd of recently healed individuals. I'm not gonna say humans because they could be all sorts of stuff. Tabaxi, all sorts of wonderful
Speciesist.
stuff.
No. For legal purposes, we have to call them Tavaxi.
Tabaxi. Sorry. They all sort of look at each other in amazement, and they look at the sign for the clinic, and they're like, "This is a great place." And,
You'll all get bills in the morning.
yeah, there's no HMOs in the Netherworld.
It wouldn't be hell it wouldn't be hell without health insurance.
Oh,
I guess you can't spell hell without health insurance.
That's true. So you the crowd sort of disperses to go off and tell their loved ones about the miracles that are being done at Kaysen's clinic, and you all are standing on the stoop of this very very nondescript sort of 2-story building in the middle of the lower city. You do see, after a couple of moments, the door opens and this tired sort of middle-aged woman with sort of dusting blonde hair, wearing what looks like almost like a magister's clothes, like a purple tunic, long sort of whitish cloak, and trousers with knee-high boots. She kind of looks down at the group of you. It says, "I'm ready for patient 347."
That's us.
Okay. Yeah, come on in, everybody. And she kind of looks confused as to why the line outside has dissipated.
And I've already forgotten the name of the work camp that they were imprisoning us in.
Nightstone.
Yeah, I think we have a bad case of Nightstone fever.
When you say that, her face sort of flickers with recognition for a second, but it's a guarded recognition, like she's not sure exactly who you are.
Strange people wearing strange clothes.
I mean, it's the town for it.
And
True.
she says that is an ailment that I've been known to assist with from time to time.
Write down the name of the rebel leader. You guys have met him, or you guys knew him a lot longer than I did.
Yeah,
Somebody
she
step
will
in
ask
here.
who ask who exposed you to Nightstone fever.
It was.
Anyone?
It was Cadrim.
And her face sort of relaxes for a moment when you say that. She says, "Okay, well, come inside. We can't be talking about your symptoms where anybody can hear."
Patient doctor confidentiality?
Exactly.
They don't have that here. It's another world.
Plausible deniability?
Again, they don't have that here. It's another world.
Oh.
I don't know if you've looked outside, but it's awful.
It's literally raining cats and dogs right now. Can't you hear them hitting the ground?
It's terrible. Where do they even get all these cats?
From the
in
kitten
forever.
mills down the road. This is the worst dimension ever.
Every question just makes it worse.
Oh no.
I'm not allowed to write in the Netherworld ever.
How do you make kittens in a mill? And don't say you whittle them down from babies.
Oh. He doesn't have to now.
Yeah.
I was imagining the rotating wheel, and there was a lot of mewling and screaming. It was just not good. It's not good. Don't go to the Netherworld, kids. 0 out of 5 on Yelp. So,
I mean, 4 out of 5. I don't want this guy to get fired.
oh, that sounds like a good millennial review. All right, so Kaysen takes you all in, and she leads you into the clinic. You see the lower floor has been divided into a couple of different... It's sort of a big open floor plan, but there's some privacy screens behind a number of different patient rooms. There are 2 nurses sort of going around triaging as best they can. You see a few other people who are sort of sick or injured that have been tended to by Kaysen. And she takes you upstairs to this back office area. And she sits down. She says, "I'm sorry I don't have chairs for everyone, but there's a couple here if any of you want to sit down."
I might need to. Give me a second.
You look
She's
tired.
gonna kind of flump into the chair. I pulled on a lot more energy than I've ever done before. Just give me a minute. I'll be fine.
Does that mean you have powers? You have magic? She kind of looks at all of you.
Use some elemental mastery to pull, let's say, a chair made out of stone from the floor. And sit down gently.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
So, what news do you bring from Cadrim?
There's a rebellion going on in Nightstone.
Already? The timetable wasn't supposed to be for a few more months. Was
The
he
timetable got-
exposed? Did something force his hand?
We
Kinda
did.
jump start over it.
I am the master mage for Earth Prime, which I know Una is preparing to invade even now.
She,
I need to find her and confront her. Does she have a sanctum or an Adytum?
She kind of slumps back in her chair when you say you're the master mage of Earth Prime. She's like, in all of the planning that we've done, I dreamed that a master mage would show up and solve all of our problems, but I didn't think it was going to happen. I don't mean this disrespectfully, but do you have proof that that's who you are?
I mean, they don't issue badges.
That's fair.
I've got rank 4 benefit.
I wonder what that translates to. And do you have like a degree? Do you have like
I open my chest and expose the matrix of leadership to her.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably some like spell.
Yeah, there's probably like, I can probably like sheath myself in master mage glory and glow and.
7 has unlocked Ultra Instinct.
I'm going Super 7.
Super 7. And she
Cast
sees
ILM.
She sees you do that, and she wow. I guess I assumed we were on our own. She's trying to invade Earth Prime, you said?
Yeah. She's now that Adrian Eldritch is dead, he was the one barring her from our world. She sent an invasion force once already, hirelings from a prison dimension, Fomori.
And that's that would be her 1000th world, wouldn't it? If she took your world.
Yeah. Why? Is that important?
Well, she would ascend to more than Master Mageness. She would some kind of, according to what I've researched, it'd be some kind of divinity or some kind of multiversal absolute power.
Like the Madrasas? Or Wayun?
Something like that, but more dangerous and more powerful, I assume.
That kind of power, she could rewrite reality.
She could turn everything.
That sounds
into
like a
the
bad
Netherworld.
thing.
We can't let her win. We can't take her, or we can't let her take Earth Prime.
I was saving this for when Kadrim was able to rejoin us here in the city, but my network has uncovered a secret way into her fortress. I don't know if she has a sanctum or anything like that inside there, but if she has one on this world, that's where it would be. She doesn't come out of the palace very often. She only comes out to berate us or to inspect her governors every now and then.
So we have to get you into the sanctum and you can challenge her, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I can face her face to face, I can issue a formal challenge.
Does she have to accept it? Can we trust her not to cheat?
I mean, last time Adrian cheated. But I don't think she needs to cheat, and I think she knows that.
That doesn't mean she won't.
Well,
you know, Megan never needed to
inside,
cheat, but he always did anyways.
Once we're inside, I can track down the biggest source of magic in the palace. That should be her.
Can you track down a second source? Would that be her sanctum if she's not in it?
Well, if we're inside, I think I can suss out which is which. It might take a little time.
Okay.
I don't know. Alex, how flexible do you want magic awareness to be?
I'm flexible. I think that is flexible enough that you can narrow it down, especially with the preparations 7 has been doing for this. Probably this exact moment.
Yeah. Plus the beaver spell.
Plus the beaver spell. The beaver spell is incredibly important.
All right.
You know why the beaver spell is important? Because I have a plan for the beaver.
He's in extra dimensional space.
Are we leaving it to Beaver?
Wow.
You're all fired. Stream's over.
Jeez.
I don't get it.
I understood that reference.
All right. Anyway, look, if you have plans, if you have a timetable, it's been moved up. Things are starting now.
Well, yeah, this tunnel that I've discovered, it is in the sewers that lead out here into the lower city. It does go into the fortress itself. According to the scouting we've been doing, we think it comes out near the armory. Our intention was to sneak in and try to steal some weapons or artifacts and disperse them to our agents throughout the city.
If I can help you break in, you're welcome to whatever you can carry out. The more chaos you can cause in the city, the better it'll be.
I'll send a message to my agents, and I will get them. I'll get the preparations begun.
We can give you some time to get them ready. I don't think Una knows we're here yet.
Well, I have a sneaking suspicion she's going to find out soon. And she sort of smiles. Looks uncomfortable on her face. Looks like she doesn't smile very often. Is there anything that you all want to do in the meantime while waiting for the preparations to begin for the resistance?
Just
Not me.
resident's just going to take the time to kind of recover from the fatigue and just the whole energy expenditure.
Yeah, like I'm not hurt and I'm not anything like that, so I'm just going to kind of keep an eye out, just like I did before, hopefully better this time, just in case anything goes wrong, or we get spotted or anything suspicious happens while we're waiting here.
I'm gonna go ahead and test out that chameleon spell on... Oh god. Who here is a good guinea pig? Who volunteers for guinea pig?
Dave.
Except I gotta move slow. That's never gonna work.
Well, you're just gonna have to hold still. It'll only take about 20 minutes to cast.
Hold still for 20 minutes?
That's death to him.
I'll do it.
Whoosh.
You know,
And I can sort of fold space around him and give him a little cloak of invisibility.
that's actually a pretty cool foreshadowing to his adult character's powers. I like that.
All right. I don't know if I can get the casting time down on this much, but once we get inside, it might help us get around.
Awesome. So, 20 minutes is still not enough time for the resistance to show up, but it is enough time to get the spell cast. What does the ritual look like as you sort of perform it on Deathgate?
Oh gosh. I assume it's like me sitting, legs crossed, floating, sort of pulling up the dust from the dust from the stone and getting the world accustomed to him being in it so that it just gradually forgets he's there.
I love the description of that. So, yeah, Deathgate, you have the ability to be invisible while you are standing still or moving slowly.
At a walking pace, basically.
Perfect. Anything else anybody else is doing while they're waiting for the resistance to organize?
Resting.
Just playing guard as best I can with my very low perception score. She doesn't know she has a low perception score, okay? She's gonna keep an eye out.
All she needed to do before was just stand around menacingly, and no one bothered. And it bothered the area she was guarding.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gonna mess with the boss's kid?
Nope.
It's like the orc with 0 stealth but 20 intimidation.
I am sneaking.
It's like I played an assassin in one game, but I just took the barbarian class.
You didn't see Grugnuk. I didn't see
there were no witnesses ever. So,
I didn't see anything.
no, because I just kick in the door, start screaming, kill everything there.
Hackies.
No witnesses. I was very efficient.
Perfect. So a couple of hours go by as you all are sort of preparing for this sort of existential threat to civilization and everything in it. And the resistance begins to show up. You see there's probably 20 to 30 folks that Kaysen has brought into the clinic at this point, and they're all ready to move out with you all. They're all armed with various scrap weapons, various junk that they've fashioned into improvised melee weapons. A couple of them have sort of gunpowder era rifles and muskets and stuff like that.
While they're still mustering and they're not quite at us yet, I look at the other kids, basically, and I say, you do know that we're going to be leading a lot of these people to their death, right? Not intentionally, but...
Kids comic.
Wow, Debbie Downer, thanks for pumping us up before the big fight.
No, we can defeat Una, but realistically, a lot of these people, they're not warriors.
Look, we're giving them their best possible shot. We're helping them arm up.
I agree. And I'm sure they'd rather die doing that than something else, but just keep it in mind.
You really got to work on your pep talks.
I've never given one before.
Yeah, now you know how I felt when you guys insisted on coming.
The Terminus, 99% devoid of pep.
That other 1% is constantly being hunted by Omega.
There are only gloom rallies before games. Go team.
We don't cheer for us to win. We cheer for them to lose. It's an important difference.
Respect that.
Somewhere Domino Gleason's ears just perked up. Okay, so you and your ragtag band of rebels disperse into the streets, and you head down into the sewers of the lower city. This very large, very impractical access pipe.
Of course.
And you make your way through the sort of winding, twisting labyrinth of pipes and hallways that sort of snake their way through the subterranean levels of the Nethermoor. And you find the access tunnel that they mentioned. And it leads you up, up, up into the gloom and darkness.
As we're traveling, Resident kind of keeps looking behind her at Deathgate, and then just kind of slows down and stands next to him as everybody else is starting to ascend the ladder. Are you okay?
I think so. Yeah, I think I'll be fine. I'm just a little worried about the rebels, the rebel leader especially. But
okay. Well,
Side effects?
from the spell?
Yeah. Itching, burning, tingling sensation.
You nothing like that, right?
No, nothing like that. No. It's just...
Oh, good. Let me know immediately if you feel anything like that.
Or if the invisibility lasts longer than 4 hours.
Okay. Just making sure you're okay.
Yeah. I just still, just this whole thing's been kind of strange even for us, and
this is not the same from everything else that we've been going through so far.
Can I ask if any of you are generating light?
I've got elemental control. I could probably summon a flame.
Yeah, it is very dark as you guys are making your way up into the darkness.
I'm sure I could probably manage that as well with my pulling on the energy from my fire opal.
Just a question for dynamic lighting.
Oh joy!
Oh.
Goth Kid with black energy is not generating light.
The light kind of hits him and just kind of like he becomes a black hole. It just seeps away. It gets darker around him when there's light.
You don't have a lighter? Come on. Bunch of black candles?
I need to save the lighter for the next concert.
Presumably the rebels brought a couple of torches or something, or lanterns.
Yeah, they would have brought
Lantern era
lanterns.
technology. Gas lamps.
Yeah, I was just making sure to see who I needed to put light settings on for Roll20's purposes.
Oh man. The first time ever the feature power has been needed.
Right? Isn't it a great feature? Alright, so you all sort of come crawling up into the depths of Una's fortress, and you find yourself in this long stone hallway. You do feel this very cold, wet sensation pass over you as you climb up into this area, and you, Seven in particular, you think you may have crossed dimensions.
Why is this place so gross?
It's a pocket dimension.
Whose pocket?
Una's.
Yeah.
Look at this evil dictator. She comes with pockets. You do feel.
I love your tyrant.
You do. The stone walls around you. You can feel this sort of steady hum of energy passing all throughout. As you come up into what you assume is the first chamber of this armory.
All right.
And you all should have control of your tokens at this point. You should be able to move about as you see fit.
Well, since Seven and I have the light sources, I suppose we should go first and maybe last, just to make sure there's light before and in the fore and the aft.
Sensible.
I'm good anywhere because I can get anywhere real fast if there's a fight. So I'll stick kind of in the middle. Like, because if somebody attacks, I can become a body shield real fast if need be.
Awesome.
Perfect.
So Seven, since you're leading the way, I would like for you to make a perception check.
Oh dear. Man. Oh. Perception. I actually have decent ranks in perception. I just can't roll for beans.
It do be like that sometimes. You got a 13?
It do be like that. 13.
Awesome. So as you're sort of coming around the corner up this staircase, you do find this first room. There seems to be an array of magical swords and spears and tridents and stuff like that arrayed all over the area. There is a door here to the north, and somewhere in the bowels of this general area, you can hear a very large, powerful voice speaking. It sounds like it's addressing maybe soldiers. You can't quite make out the words, but you can definitely hear that there is somebody with a resonating voice nearby.
There's a baritone nearby, guys. Hold on.
Oh. He probably wants a solo or something. I'm allowed to make that joke. I'm a baritone.
Oh, hang on. He's got to get through this aria first.
Oh.
Yeah. I guess take a look out here.
Yeah, this individual room appears to be dedicated to bladed weapons, and you do see the door just ahead.
Yeah. So I kind of wave everybody else in, and there's somebody behind the door. Can anybody make out what he's saying?
With Seven offering that handy, hey, listen, go ahead and give me a perception check with a +2 circumstance bonus.
Okay. Resonant gets a 20.
21 for overdrive.
You two stop trying to one-up each other. Stop listening so hard.
Deathgate's checking out the really heavy metal swords. So, yeah.
Yeah, they all look ripped off of metal albums. A lot of
Darkstar's
swooping
floating like-
pommels, a lot of like gems in the hilts.
Dark Star's floating like an inch or two above the ground, just like ready.
Excellent. So resonant overdrive, as you sort of strain your ears to listen, you can hear somebody with that deep baritone voice addressing a group of guards. You hear him saying, "There's going to be a couple of resistance leaders making their way into the armory today. When they arrive here, we are going to kill all of them except for the ones that we can bring before Una for re-examination. Save the doctor in particular. She has a clinic where lots of people come to her for health and well-being.
Gonna look back at Seven and kind of whisper, they were expecting the resistance to come today.
What? That means we've got a spy in the resistance.
You hear the resistance members coming up the stairs behind you guys.
What do we do? What do we do?
I can walk the door and deposit
Why
a
don't we
sword in
just-
the sky.
Kick in the door and kick their asses. Why is there hesitation?
Because that tells Una that we're here. We need to stop Una.
We can take these guards down fast enough. They won't have time to signal.
If those
Yeah.
guards know our resistance are coming, Una already knows we're here.
That's a good point, actually.
True.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think Darkstar's got the best strategy here. Can I
Okay.
do anything to surprise them?
Darkstar pummeling the door down would probably do it.
That's what I was thinking.
Wait a second. Wait. I actually have remote viewing. What's on the other side of this door?
Perfect. So, because Seven has
Wheel of
remote
Wiyun.
viewing, because Seven has remote viewing, and I have enabled dynamic lighting, I'm going to put Seven on the other side of that door, and only Crystal will be able to see what is there.
Really?
Really?
Huh.
Oh, nope, not really.
Oh, not really?
Just
Not
a
really.
hall.
Dang. Oh, you know why? I think it's because Seven is set to be everybody's character.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yep,
Yep.
that would do it. I can fix that.
And
Yeah, you can do a lot of fun things with dynamic lighting on Roll20.
All right, did that fix it for everybody?
Nope.
Tell the resistance to hold up.
Cat's out of the bag. Okay. I did my best.
All right. So Resonant will go back over to the thing, to the ladder, and basically tell them to hold up for a bit while we take care of something.
Okay. What do we do?
Are there people on the other side there? Seven?
No, there's a hallway or an antechamber and another door.
Yeah, it sounds
Wait, are
like
there
the
more doors
noise
over
may
here?
be coming from this eastern door. Which Seven can
And-
pass through with the remote viewing as well.
Oh, he's big.
And Seven, you see a collection of guards in that room. There is one particularly large demon in this room who is sort of bare-chested with, the sort of rich orange skin. A long necklace of large green orbs, tusks. He's got a very large cudgel in one hand. And these guards that are surrounding him, they're sort of decked out in this black and red plate armor, each wielding these very large two-handed swords. They all seem to be getting ready for some kind of fight.
I don't suppose any of us can open mystic portals.
I think you can. No, well, you have teleport, but...
Yeah, I can teleport, but I don't have a lot of extra mass. I might be able to bring one person with me. I was hoping we'd have a way to pop in and surprise them, but... Can anyone else here teleport? Deathgate, I'm looking at you. You've literally got gate in your name.
Not really. I can open gateways to other planes sometimes, but not within this pocket dimension. I don't think I can do it.
This goes back to our pre-stream chat about Asgardian and Hulkling.
Though I am currently chameleon, so I could probably get in the room. I could walk through the walls, so I can get in the room without them seeing me. At least have backup in there before we even kick in the doors to help stop them from running off further into the palace.
Well,
Vermiclean asks, would it help if I gave 7 my hero point?
it would. I could use that to open a portal. Take us all in behind these guys and surprise them.
I like that plan.
And Deathgate can still walk to the wall.
And Deathgate still gets to walk through a wall.
It's a pincer move.
All right. Well, do we want to do that? Are we getting here? Am I getting a hero
Vermiclean
point?
is giving you her hero point.
Thank you.
Woo!
All right. Everybody get close. Oh, everybody who wants to be teleported into a room with a giant demon, hold my hand.
I like
You know, you almost got me
awkwardly
sold.
reach out to take her hand.
What was that story about pep talks?
For the first time ever, Darkstar kind of actually like colors a little bit in the cheeks.
All right. Everybody ready? Deep breath.
Do
Never
it.
done this with more than one person before.
And right before I grab one of the swords, right before you dump.
Nice.
Is Deathgate coming with us, or is Deathgate
Yes.
making his own entrance?
I should go with you.
All right. Oh, just like that. And Jay's Kestrel is sending moral support, so I haven't changed the price of that, but moral support, I'm going to give that a +2 circumstance bonus to your first roll of this encounter. After
Not initiative.
I won't count it as initiative because I'm a nice guy. Oh no! Win with dice. What are you doing? Okay, I'm giving you a +2 to initiative, and then a +2 with. You have a lot of moral support from chat.
Aw.
They want you all to succeed at this.
Hooray!
I think they want us to move
Yay.
on with it and get to the climax.
Probably.
Ha ha! And another one.
Oh, you're all fired. Get out of here.
Anybody else want to teleport over with me? Apparently, I
Yes.
can move a couple of people's.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of
Robbers.
some of the characters are set to be for everybody. I know I set Darkstar that way since Everly is a little new with the system, and I wanted to make sure that the folks could help if need be.
No Billy Mac.
All right. Everybody, roll your initiatives, I guess.
Yeah, everybody roll for initiative. Click on your token first.
Click on your token. Where'd my token go?
For the people listening to the podcast, I got a 9. The rolls in this combat will make up for all my high rolls during the train combat. Just watch.
Everybody is filled to the brim with.
Is there a way to, since you said we have a +2 on initiative, is there a way to pull that off before we roll it?
There's
Just
not, but just go ahead and add it, and I'll manually add it in.
Gotcha.
I already manually added it to mine, Alex.
Oh,
I ended
cool.
up with ended it with a 23.
Cool.
Ooh, thank goodness for that +2. Now I got a 14.
I added it to mine, so I have an 11 now.
Jace, that is pretty good Mutants and Masterminds advice. If a character has a picture, they're probably not a minion. Yeah,
And
I
I-
will-
Very good advice.
so this for everybody at home, this is a picture of the bad guy, and I'll show this to the players as well.
Ooh. He does look disgruntled.
Totally
Why-
disgruntled.
Why do we never run into gruntled demons?
Why is nobody ever just whelmed?
Oh yeah, I guess I
Yes.
should roll initiative for my bad guys.
I mean, you really don't have to.
Oh, yeah.
You could just let us wail on them.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like my battle plan. That sounds
Doesn't
like...
sound like fun either.
I believe in you all. I always believe in the heroes, though. Maybe I'm a softie.
That's why you keep making us fight demons.
You know, they're in the book.
Oh, sure, now the demons are in the book and it's my fault.
I didn't write this adventure.
From what I'm remembering, you've written at least half of it now.
That is true. But it was a great building point for what I'm working on. And I'm glad we're spending all this extra time with the preteens in the Netherworld. So, our initiatives. I have to add 2 for everybody.
I
I
did
think
most-
most of us
I
already
added
did.
mine
Yep, I
manually.
didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't.
Well,
I
How
got
did
yours.
you do that?
I got yours, Overdrive.
Oh,
You just
okay.
click on the number in the turn order and then
Oh.
just type in the real number.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Wait, I lost my 2.
yeah, get out of here. Preteens in the Netherworld is Vermilqueen's favorite album. Resonant, you are up first with a 23.
All right, Resonant is up. Seeing as how where we kind of pulled into this place, Resonant is going to kind of see this room full of demons, and she is going to automatically snap into her pull on the power of her lapis lazuli, and she is going to, I just lost where I had placed it. Yep, that'll put right there. Right here, once I get my thing right there, she's going to place her glacial crash. So she's going to put her 30-foot, what do you call it? Burst area affliction in the room. And it should catch every one of the bad guys and leave out our good guys.
Perfect.
So
And I hope this leaves out the good guys.
definitely does. So
All right, so it's a rank 7 power?
it is a rank 7 power.
Okay, so dodge check for... Who is this? This is the big guy. He is going to fail the initial dodge check. Then the 3 guards. 2 of them will fail on the initial dodge check. 1 of them will succeed. So the one who succeeded will roll against a DC 14. That one is fine. The other 2 will roll against the DC 17. One of them is a minion, so he will take the worst possible effect. He is defenseless and immobilized.
Yep.
I will make a note. Blue, def, M. Perfect. And then the big guy is rolling against the DC 17. He gets a 24, so he is unaffected. Please describe what happens.
So yeah, like I said, Resonant pulls on the power of her lapis lazuli, and she just notices that we're kind of away from everybody. We're not standing in the middle of things, so she just causes this massive eruption of ice shards to just shoot up out of the ground, and it fully encases one of the demons. And at the end of that, she's gonna fly up towards the ceiling and get herself like out of reach of the very big disgruntled demon.
Excellent. Deathgate.
You said the big guy has a really big weapon, right?
Yeah, he's got like a cudgel, like a big iron club.
So I want to turn ghostly, and my hope is that I'm going to go fatigued, and I'm going to reach out and try to grab the cudgel and to disarm him by making it also go ghostly and basically slip right through his grasp.
Awesome. So we will...
Because I don't want him punching people with that thing.
That is a good choice. So go ahead and make an unarmed attack check.
So are these guys considered vulnerable right now? Because we popped in right behind them.
They are considered vulnerable. You all surprised them.
I got a whopping 13. So, yeah.
But vulnerable, that is enough to hit him. So, the way you would ordinarily handle a disarm check would be by hitting with that close combat check and then making an opposed... Oh, I've got standard actions here in a handout. Disarm. You would make an opposed check of your attack's damage against the defender's strength, and if you win, the defender drops a held object. If you made the disarm unarmed, you can grab that object as a free action. Because you are doing this with your power, your sort of insubstantial power, I will give you, instead of your unarmed damage, I'll give you a d20 plus the rank of your insubstantial.
Let me double check what that is. I don't have that one memorized.
And there isn't really a way to do, because it's his strength is what he's rolling. But I'm gonna say because he's vulnerable, I'm gonna give him half strength because he's caught by surprise. That was a very bad roll.
I got a whopping 8, unless I spend a hero point for that sucker.
You got 2 of them, and there's no prize at the end for having the most.
And so, yeah, I'm spending a hero point, and I'm going to try to roll again because, yeah, that sucked. So that would be a 23.
That's much better. Okay, you grab the cudgel out of his hand and you phase it into your hand.
So I kind of picture that it's the weight and stuff more describes it. It phases out and it just the weight carries it down to the ground. On his, at least from Deathgate's perception.
Oh, so you just want to like drop it into the ground and
and I phase it right, make it go ghostly right into the floor and leave it stuck below the floor.
I know for a fact that there's somebody in our chat who plays Martian Manhunter all the time, and I'm sure he is very impressed with what you just did. I am not happy about it, but I am. Okay, awesome.
Deathgate has enabled the clipping mod for this game.
Yep.
Good job, Deathgate. All right. Do you want to move, Deathgate, or are you happy hanging out there?
I'm ghostly, so let him swing at me.
7, you're up. So mad.
Oh, I'm gonna power attack. Shouldn't you be in a creepy doll somewhere?
That's hurtful and stereotypical, says Shannon.
Magic missile.
Oh gosh.
Crit! Crit on my power attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go 7. Go 7.
So DC 35. Why don't I even make encounters in this game? Alright, here we go.
Wait, that should be DC. That should be much higher, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I would think so. Did you use 2
15
points?
plus 17.
Did you use 2 points of power attack?
2 points of power attack.
Okay,
So
I
that
see.
should be...
I see what happened. Did you add
Rank?
2 to
Yes.
hit?
Oh, I think I did power attack backwards.
Yep, okay.
So it should be 4 more than that. So it should be rank 39.
Oh my lord.
Or toughness check, or DC 39.
DC 39?
Sweet Jeebus.
I can't roll a 39.
You've said that a lot tonight. Not specifically you can't roll 39, just you can't roll that number.
Master Mage of Earth. She'll be here all night.
I rolled
Yes.
an 11 on my toughness check.
So you're only 28 short?
Yeah, how do you want to one-shot the big bad evil guy?
So we teleport in behind him, and normally to make a magic blast, I draw a little circle and, empower it, and it fires out a little beam. This time I draw a little circle, whoosh, and create a dozen of them, and boom!
There's a
Slam
Hans
him
Zimmer
against the wall.
chord strike.
Maybe I am ready for this.
He goes flying through that door.
All right, time for some extracurricular beatdown.
Yeah, he flies off into the darkness in the hallway. You want to move, or you happy hanging out there?
I'm hanging out here. I'm gonna float into the air a little bit and make it clear that I will not tolerate these guys fighting back.
They sort of get the point.
Where's Una?
What do I even want them to do? I don't even think they want to fight you guys. To be honest. Yeah, I mean, the one guy's frozen in place. The other two, look at how you just, no-souled Shan Mei out the hallway. They look at the gathered group of extra-planar heroes, including the Master Mage of Earth Primes, she announced herself, and they will throw down their two-handed swords.
Yeah.
And this one
I
here
look
with
disappointed.
the one here with the red dot will like point down the hallway. Like, you want to know where Una is? She's that way.
Overdrive, Darkstar, you guys need to do anything before we head upstairs?
Let's do
Well, I
it.
was going to blast one of these guys with my solar flare, but I guess there's not really much use now.
Sorry, I guess I don't know my own strength.
It's fine.
She's so disappointed.
Finally found a guy who, Darkstar could go toe-to-toe with, and I blew him through a wall.
Hill stealer.
That'll teach you, big demon. Let that be a lesson, GMs. Take the mage down first. Every combat.
There's 3 mages in this party!
I know it. Add
I
multi.
guess we head in the direction we were pointed.
Yeah, and those 2 demons, they'll like look at the frozen guy, and the guy's like, "What are you doing? Don't surrender! Never die! Never say die!" And they will begin like bagging up weapons to take down to the resistance on your behalf.
Oh, that's very nice of
Yeah.
them. Somebody tell the resistance they've got a mole.
Sure, as we head back out, I'm assuming I'll see the doorway leading back, and I can go let the resistance know. Yeah, okay, it's safe for you guys to come up now, and I'll pull Kaysen aside and let her know. It's like, they knew we were coming. At least they knew you were coming. So somebody in your group is leaking information.
She sort of
my lap for a little bit.
she settles into that sort of familiar frown that she wears often, and she nods and she says, "I'll look into it."
We're off to take care of Una. So,
Perfect.
or at least attempt to.
Awesome. So, you all sort of head out into the fortress, and you do find this whole building seems to be shrouded in this sort of inky, purplish, swirling magical energy. You do make your way eventually, following the directions given to you by the elite guard, quote unquote, to the throne room. He sort of points that way. And you see as you enter, titanic pillars of black marble support this massive throne room near the citadel's summit, while black-flamed candles shed a gloomy ambiance. Sparse decor in gold and red provides some color, drawing your attention to a golden throne of bone and twisted faces. A large mirror behind the throne reflects the room and the dancing flames of the candles, but not any of you. What would you like to do?
Is there center of power?
The throne room should be. Magic awareness?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. Or an expertise magic check, whichever one's higher.
Expertise magic is marginally higher. That's an 18.
Awesome. So 7, you sort of reach out and feel the magic of this room. And sure enough, directly ahead of you, that mirror appears to be a wellspring of Una's master mage power.
There. She's in that.
Want to smash it?
I don't think you can.
I look vaguely offended.
It only looks like a mirror. Just like the
okay.
Nerian Nexus only looks like a brownstone.
Right. Tricky
It's
magic.
a
Gotcha.
fold in reality.
We could punch a fold in reality.
Do we
I
need
could
to go in?
Superboy prime it.
It does.
Oh, get out of here. Awesome.
Wow. Wow.
I was waiting for it.
Wow.
You brought that up.
Do we need to go in, or do we, what's the deal? We wait for her to come
Go
out.
in after
or-
her. She's going to be vulnerable when she's in there, recharging.
How do we get in?
I guess we take a step forward and...
Yeah, so 7, you walk up and you sort of start feeling the magical energy of this mirror. And you do get that sort of resonant feeling, bonding with some extra dimensional, extra magical sense of being. This sort of vibrating feeling that connects you between between the magic of your own dimension and the magic of this dimension, and you feel that deep sort of primal instinct. The world beyond the mirror looks at first glance to be the same as the one you left, swap left for right. But the candles here, as you're sort of looking through the mirror, you see the candles within shine a golden light that's sort of soothing, rather than the chill gloom. And beyond the great columns of the throne room, you can see through the doorway you came in, there is walls lined with shelves with ancient books, scrolls, and instruments of wood and brass and crystal lining the displays. At the chamber's far end, where the grand double door should stand, you see a pillow-lined chapel. A raven-haired woman in green robes that you recognize as Una sits among the pillows, her eyes shut in deep meditation. And you think it might be as simple as stepping into the mirror to pass into the sanctum.
She's in there getting ready. I can see her.
Well, we should probably not let that happen.
She's
You
got
attack now.
999 worlds to answer for. All right, I push through.
Let's
I
punch her in
follow.
the face.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm grabbing my food out of the oven, but I follow.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll step through.
Yep.
Awesome. So,
Fly on in.
you all slide on in. And you can smell the sort of warm smell of incense, feel that soothing golden light. You haven't felt anything that feels this good the whole time you've been within the Netherworld. It almost feels homey to each of you in your own different ways. Mortis, you can smell you sort of hear that ambient metal music playing in the background, feel that darkness that you love, that you latch onto. Dave,
That's
it smells like your mom's homemade cookies. And Resonant, you actually get the sense of sort of the flowing crystal palaces of the initial dimension that you hailed from. And that sense of just community and connectedness that passes through the geology of your society. And 7, you feel like you hear Adrian's voice, sort of, praising you for coming this far, for taking the fight to Una the way he would have.
It's gonna
if he
make him
were still
proud.
here. Yeah, you get that sort of, that deep, like, I'm gonna make my mentor proud sort of feeling. What would you all like to do as you sort of skulk into this sanctum?
I mean, like, personally, I just want to walk up and punch her. Because it's not a formal duel until you announce yourself. Anyone else? Anyone? Anyone stopping me?
I'll defer to your knowledge of magical things to know what to do next. So punching her's the next step, and throw hands, right?
Yeah, sure. You disrupt her concentration.
I'm the master mage. I'm gonna punch her in the face. Awesome.
No. You gotta slap somebody to declare a duel. That's how it works. Trust me.
You'll-
I'm the
you'll
master
glow.
mage.
I was gonna say, is 7 wearing gloves? Coming off.
Sure. I mean, I'm gonna keep the glove on, but
Perfect. So you 7, you march right up to where she is. She's not turned to face you. You see she's sort of like meditating on this big cushion. And do you wheel her around and just smack her?
yeah, just wheel her around and. Psh.
Perfect. She's her face sort of twists and ripples, and you see that the skin inside seems to be made out of some kind of clay, and its eyes open with malicious glee. She says, "So the master mage skulks into my bedchambers to slay me like a thief in the night. Truly a hero." Though the figure's mouth moves, Una's voice booms from every corner of the room. "You're too late. While you played in my garden, I strolled into Earth. Without a master mage there, it was mine from the moment my feet graced her soils. You failed. Everything Adrian spent his lifetime protecting, you betrayed in, 30 hours? 24 hours?
No, you have to fight me. You can't just take it.
Oh, but you left such a thoughtfully prepared gift for me. How could I not return the favor? My Adytum, my sacred place, only respects courage and power. and the clay melts like snow, revealing a simple iron dagger. The only way to leave it is through sacrifice. If you want to come take your little world back, well, I fear not all of you can make the trip. And that's where I'm going to end this week's session.
What?
Oh.
Wow.
Because I'm a monster.
Always leave them wanting more.
So, thank
He's
you.
a diabolical genius.
I will take some credit for that, but that's mighty. This will be fun next week, I'm sure. I'm sure you guys will find some way to escape the all-powerful Netherworld leader's sanctum without having to pay the blood price or pay the iron price, whatever you want to call it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight while we continued our shenanigans in the Netherworld.
Shenanigans.
We've been having a great time here in
Cool shenanigans.
the Freedomverse, and I'm really enjoying Netherwar getting through. We're still in the first adventure of the box set, so
Only 5 more to go.
yeah, it doesn't take GMs,
Plus
please.
your own side, yeah.
Yeah, GMs, please feel free whenever you buy a module to add in your own stuff.
Please do.
This one's actually there's lots of areas written in for how to expand or continue the adventure. So
Oh, that's always very convenient.
yeah,
Yeah, we really want people to like work in their own material because superhero comics are all about the soap opera drama. So like bring in your own villains, bring in like side hustles, whatever you got.
side hustles, front hustles, back hustles, all the hustling you need to do.
I mean make sure you've got consent for the back hustle.
Yeah. And don't start with the back hustle. Like build up to it.
Yeah.
So, as for the Untold Stories Project, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We are always happy to shine a spotlight on role-playing games that do not necessarily have the media presence of something like Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder. I'm biased towards Mutants and Masterminds because it's my favorite, but we do. Every Tuesday we do play Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition in our Born of Rage game, which Jonesy is the storyteller for, Deathgate. I also play a disgruntled former New York City homicide detective turned werewolf who is a whole lot of fun. Wednesday nights we are doing our Fallout Wasteland Warfare stream, where our brilliant vault dwellers are trying to track down the legendary treasure of Vault 23 while staying one step ahead of other treasure hunters. So that's a lot of fun pulp apocalypse storytelling. And on Fridays we have our Something Dragons podcast, where Aaron, one of our wonderful friends, leads his daughter and some of her friends to their first ever Pathfinder campaign. So we do a lot of fun stuff. We will also be back here next Monday for more Netherwar. That'll be great.
Yeah.
I would like to give everybody a chance to say goodbye and announce themselves where else we can find them. I will start with Kevin. We'll just go down the order real quick.
Pretty much this is where you find me. So thanks for tuning in. It's been great fun. See you next week. Jonesy?
Yeah, I am Jonesy. I will be running our new episode tomorrow of Born of Rage, Something Wild, which should be pretty interesting. So, other than that, I'm here on the Fallout stream, and then, yeah, you can find me on Twitter and the Green One on Discord and all that cool stuff.
Everybody?
Yeah, I am one half of Geek House. We are a YouTube channel. You can find us at the YouTube Geek House. 2 words. We do reviews, video game streams, I'm starting a movie club thing where a movie's randomly drawn every week, and then we discuss it, kind of it's like a book club thing, but movies. Using the book 1001 Movies to Watch Before You Die. And lots of other stuff over there. We've got all kinds of stuff. You should check it out. And I'm here. This game. Boom. And
Andy?
thank you for inviting me into this.
Oh, of course. Andy?
So, yep, like Alex said, my name is Andy. I am kind of behind the scenes guy here. I run our StoryForge setup on YouTube, where we go through character creation for different systems, and I kind of talk about systems in general and maybe some other GM know-how or how-to. It's kind of a catch-all for a lot of interesting info. I'm also one half of a cosplay group with my girlfriend. We are Skyward Bound Cosplay. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram underneath that name if you're at all interested in taking a look at any of our pictures that are out there. You can find me back here again next week for more Netherwar, and on YouTube for Storyforge under the old Untold Stories project.
Awesome. And Crystal.
I'm Crystal Frazier. You can find me over on Twitter. I'm at Amazon Chic, CHIQUE. And my work is all over greenrodin.com. Every Mutants and Masterminds product that comes out has a little bit of my peculiar sense of humor in it. And you can catch me Mondays at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for Mutants and Masterminds Mondays.
Awesome. And as always, I'm Alex. I am the executive producer here at the Untold Stories Project, and I'm here all the time. I'm also the author of the Titan City Chronicles. If you are looking for any fantasy noir superhero stuff to read or write, I'm always putting out new stuff for that. So thank you again, everybody. One last announcement: we did open our merch store this weekend, and I ordered my first Untold Stories Project T-shirt. It'll be here in like 7 days, so I'm really excited to show that off on the stream. It is over on TeePublic under Untold Stories Project. If you want to run over, get a shirt, a sticker, any fun stuff. It could be printed, all sorts of stuff. It's print on demand, so any proceeds do come to helping the stream grow and allowing us to keep bringing this beautiful content to all of you. But that's it for tonight. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Please make sure you wear a mask, be a hero. It's a really easy thing to do. We are going to send a raid over to Free League Publishing. Looks like they are playing some tabletop RPGs tonight. But we will see you all here next week. Have a good night.
Peace.